I don't know if I'm ever gonna use this for anything, but I thought I'd just record just in case, get some feelings out and all that. I've always had a bit of a feeling like that I wasn't normal, but I've also always thought that everyone thinks like that, or everyone feels like that, and I still do think that to a certain degree we all do. But I always felt, a little bit extra, extra not normal. But then after feeling feelings like that, I've always thought, who do I think I am? Do I feel like I'm different from everyone else? Like I'm probably not. Um, and I have had some quirks, about me, and everyone does. Had some problems maintaining relationships and other things, and I've never really thought anything of it other than that I thought, well, I'm probably just weird or something. I don't know. But I remember I had a partner that was joking around with me in the past, saying, "Do you think you have ADHD or something like that?" And I'm like, "Well, no, I don't think so. I think." And I know after that it was just like a joke, I guess. But after that, I went online and did a test for ADHD, and I didn't really score very high. I tried to find it's an online test, but I tried to find like the best that I could find online anyway. But I didn't get any like particular scores. But then there was also like an autism test, and I was like, oh hell, might as well just do that as well. And then I just scored a little bit higher than average on that, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm just like a little bit closer to it than not, or something, or like than most people. But that was it. I didn't think about it anymore after that. I was just like, eh. But in recent times, that sounds weird. Recently, I've found out more about like high masking autism and stuff like that, especially in women, and like a lot of women getting a late diagnosis because they're high masking. And it piqued my interest a little bit, so I've been looking into it, and I think I have autism. I am 33, by the way. I do have autism in my family. I do have a family member that has like a more severe degree. Can I say that? To the point where that person actually needs help every day to function. But I never considered that I would have it. I guess because I can be social. I'm verbal. I've done it like I've just been living life like most people. It's just I've had some problems with some certain things more than I guess the average among the average people. I don't know. Anyway, so this is me in my raw form, where I'm like, do I have autism? I don't know. Like, I have applied to get an assessment, but it's not certain that they will accept it. They could just say like, no, you don't seem to have any problems, so we're not gonna assess you or whatever. They can basically say whatever. So we'll see what's gonna happen with that. Kind of really want to do that though, because my mind is blown these last couple of weeks looking into this. Yeah. Like, what do you say? What do you do when you live for 33 years and then suddenly you have autism? Or like you've had autism, but you didn't know about it. So all those years and all those troubles, and you couldn't make any sense of it, and you wondered why you were so different. and why things didn't work in your head like they were supposed to be. And you just thought that, I mean, something wrong with you, right? Like, it's something wrong with me. I'm just weird, I'm just different, I'm just not like everyone else. I'm not gonna self-diagnose now, but the puzzle pieces are fitting a little too well. That's what I'm saying right now. I thought this light thing was really interesting. Hi. It's another day today, and I actually got a letter from the place that I applied to do my assessment, and the answer wasn't, I guess, what I wanted, but it also I wasn't expecting it, and it was that they actually don't do assessments there. So I failed in my research, pretty much. I don't know how it works in your country that you're at watching this, but in Sweden, you need a referral to, get evaluated for whatever. And I talked to my doctor, and they said that I could do a self-referral, because that's something that you can do here. And I could just send self-referral to the place. And they actually recommended me a place. But instead I went for that place, and it was wrong. So I actually, after that, sent a self-referral to the place that they recommended. And immediately I got an answer back that said, no, we want a proper referral from your actual doctors. And I was like, okay. So I talked to my doctor again and was like, they want a referral from you. And they were surprised, because usually, actually, typically this other place would just accept a self-referral, but I guess they're tired of that now or something. Yeah, so my doctors were like, well, I guess, that's weird, but they actually booked me in to come and, just have a meeting, talk to them, and then hopefully they will refer me to the place that can do my assessment. So that is the end of this month, so I have a couple of weeks to wait for that, but I'm happy to have something concrete, booked in. So I'm really happy about that. But there was also another thing that I wanted to talk about, and that is that, one of my main problems, and why I'm thinking that I have autism, or I'm autistic, is that I've always had a little bit of a problem when it comes to the social bit, relationships and stuff, which means that I'm good at being social. I think people who don't know me very well, maybe they know me a little bit, they feel like I'm very extroverted, I'm very social, but that's mostly just my mask, I think. Or, I don't know, I like being social, but then that's like for a couple hours, and then I don't want it anymore. So, people who do know me know that I would be more I would be considered more of a introvert. I want to be at home. I don't want to go meet people and stuff like that. I'd rather be home drawing or whatever. That includes family, by the way. So with that said, I'm not very close to a lot of people. My partner is the one that I'm the closest to. After that would be my family. But I really don't meet them as much as I maybe should either. Which might be part of the problem as well. Or like the whole thing, why I'm here. With all this said, I haven't talked about this whole thing that much with a lot of people yet. But I have mentioned it to a couple. And the reactions that I've gotten have been mostly like, well, you can't possibly be autistic. Or like, well, everyone's a little bit autistic, sort of a deal. But I think I've said that too previously, but the more I'm reading about this and thinking about my past, about me, my feelings, I'm starting to think that that's actually not the case. And where I'm totally seeing where they're coming from, because they've known me from whenever to 33, almost 33 years old. They've seen me travel live abroad, had different jobs, had different relationships, you know, I see why they wouldn't just be like, oh yeah, you have autism. And also, I don't have a diagnosis yet, obviously. I do understand where that is coming from, but at the same time, I'm also a little bit. I guess it hurts a little bit because what I'm saying is I believe that I am autistic. There's a sense in me that, and from all the research I've done, and then to be sort of dismissed feels a little bit. I don't like it, but I get it. I do get it as well. So yeah, we'll see where this is going. I still don't know. So dropping everything. Oh my god. Okay, so we're back out here again. I just had my meeting with my doctor, or I mean, it's not really my doctor because I don't really have a specific the one, you know. She was really nice, and she basically just asked me a bunch of questions of me, my life, my mental health, and what the problem seems to be, and why I think I might be autistic. And I think it went well. I think I got everything or most of the things out there that I wanted to get. There's probably something that I didn't mention, but most of the stuff at least I got to mention, which is nice. And she said that she definitely see traits like autistic traits, but she also mentioned like ADD briefly. I don't know. I haven't even thought about that, but but obviously she's not a psychologist. She's just doing like a general thing. So the conclusion is that there's no referral yet. Instead, she gave me some. I'm gonna go to their place, and then I'm gonna do some lab test stuff to just check the physical stuff first and see that I'm feeling good. And she also is gonna contact their own psychologist first and see. He's gonna look over all the answers that I gave, and based on that, he'll decide if he wants to meet me to see if maybe then he can refer me and have him, like, I guess he's gonna ask me a bunch of questions as well, or he'll say that I don't need to check this, I guess, and that would be sad because I want to check it. So I mean, that's where we're at right now. I mean, it's one step in, but then another step got added. But you know, I'm in the process at least. That's good. So the psychologist called me, and he wants a meeting. It was really fast. It was the same day. It was yesterday, the same day as I had the meeting. So then he called me the same day, and he said he wanted to meet me. And I'm meeting him in 2 days, I think. 2 days? Yes. So it's very fast. Very excited about that. He had looked through the doctor's notes and said that there's some stuff pointing towards autism, but also some things that doesn't like look like autism, I guess. So we'll see what he will say. I'm just really excited to meet a psychologist. And I know that this is not the actual evaluation. He's just seeing if I need to be referred to have an evaluation. But one thing that I've been a little bit scared of is that either that the doctor isn't knowledgeable enough or that I can't convey everything that I want to convey properly. Because I think he said we're gonna have like 45 minutes, which isn't a lot of time to say a lot of things. So in true me fashion, I made a list. So I made a list. I think it's like 5 pages. There's 5 pages of stuff that I hope he will take into consideration, and it helps me feel a bit like on ease is that how you say it, as well, to know that I've conveyed or I've given him as much information as I can. So yeah, that's my observations. This whole page is just social difficulties. Or like, yeah, social difficulties, the whole page. Yikes. So I just got home from my meeting with the psychologist place, and I'm gonna try to do this without crying. I knew I had 45 minutes to talk to this psychologist, right? So I was like, 45 minutes, that isn't like a real long time. So that's why I prepared like documents where I'd written down all my thoughts and everything, and as much as I could, you know. So I was feeling prepared, and it was like kind of like a young guy, or like young guy. He looked like he was like my age or something. And as soon as I came in, we had 45 minutes, right? For about 30 minutes or more, he started talking about how I don't have autism. He hadn't asked me a single question. He didn't know me. He didn't know anything about me. He knew that I'd talked to another doctor and she'd asked me a couple of questions, but he hadn't talked to me himself at all. So for 30 minutes, he's like, this is autism, and this is why you don't have autism. And I'm like, how do you even know? You haven't talked to me. So he's like, yeah, so I'm not going to be giving you a referral. And he said, oh, the only reason for me to like give you a referral is that if you need like special living stuff, you know, like my relative that has autism, they have a special, I don't know what it's called in English, but it's like apartments, but then there's people working there to help them, like special sort of living thing. And he's like, as long as you don't need that, I'm not gonna give you a referral. And I know it's not called this anymore, but I guess it's called autism level 1 now, but Asperger's. I mean, most people with autism level 1, you know, they're living perfectly normal lives, but they still have a diagnosis. So that doesn't make any sense at all to me. And I'm trying to calm down. I'm feeling almost more angry. I was so pissed off because I talked 5 minutes. 5 minutes out of those 45, he didn't even look at my documents that I had made. He didn't even look at them. He asked me like one question or two. And then and before he did that, he just talked on for 30 minutes on how I don't have autism. And that I don't even know at this point. Like, I'm so sad. He's like, oh, so how do you feel? How do you want to do now? And I'm like, well, I don't want to see your face again. He's like, oh, we could book another meeting and look at your notes. And I'm so sorry, I'm so angry right now, because I feel so humiliated. Like he didn't give me a chance to talk at all. He had already decided that I didn't have autism. And you know what? If we would have talked, if I would have had the time to talk for 30 minutes first, and then he would say, I don't think you have autism, I'd be like, okay, I mean, that's more reasonable. But the fact is that he started out with 30 minutes saying I don't have autism when he didn't even know me, and he still doesn't know me because I didn't have time to talk at all. And then he said, oh, we could book another meeting and look over your little notes, but I won't give you a referral either way. I was like, no, then why would we even do that? What's the point? Like, I'm here because I want a referral. I was like, no, thank you. and I said like Happy Easter, and I went into the bathroom, and I just broke down crying because it's so fucking humiliating. I'm so sorry, I shouldn't swear maybe, but it's so humiliating. I thought you were supposed to feel seen and like the psychologist would like listen to you and stuff, but I feel like he just talked at me at how I don't. And he mentioned like Instagram and TikTok, like, oh, Instagram and TikTok, they're bad, they, oh god. So he thought that I'd been looking at TikTok going, oh, I have autism, I'll go to the doctor for fun. No. No. Like, oh god. And I was crying on the way home as well. Like, I am not crying now, I guess. I'm feeling almost more angry now than, well, I usually cry when I'm angry as well, but I don't even know how to process this. Like, I didn't even get a chance to talk about my feelings, he asked me like one question about social stuff, and that's it. That was it. And he basically told me to like, oh, I don't even know. And then in the middle of the meeting he said, jokingly, oh, I killed all your dreams of having a referral now, didn't I? What? Like, what? Is this a joke to you? Because it's not a joke to me. Like, this is my life. I'm not there to play around. I'm not there to have fun. I'm there to, because I want this. Like, I want the truth. I want to know. That guy is a fucking joke, I swear. So humiliated. But I won't stop here. I'm probably gonna contact my doctor's office and tell them that that psychologist is... He had already decided that I wasn't autistic, even if he hadn't talked to me at all. So that's obviously not a good character for a psychologist to have. So either I'll see if they can find me a different psychologist, or I'll just have to go private, which will cost me a lot more money. But yeah. So I'll be paying money now for him talking at me and me not saying 3 words barely. I'm sorry, but I feel like, I don't know if I should put this up, but this is why I'm making this. Like, this is why I'm filming this whole journey. But I didn't think it would come to this. Like, I think maybe I'd meet someone that was skeptical, and that's fine. But I didn't think I would meet someone who's just, like, not even listening. Like, not even trying to listen at all. Like, just deciding beforehand that something's... So that was my day. I'm gonna eat chocolate now and stuff, and we'll see where the road leads from here. Cause, man, screw that guy. I really need to get a haircut. I actually booked an appointment to get a haircut because it's just like it's long and short, and I don't even know what's happening. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks since the incident, and I've been on vacation as well, so that's been really nice and relaxing. I actually went on vacation the day after I had that meeting, so I wasn't very happy in the beginning, but luckily it was a very nice vacation. I got to spend time with my partner and do fun things and eat good food, so I feel more relaxed, and I feel like I've been able to process the whole thing that happened. And I do like analyzing myself and my reactions, and I was really upset since I was crying so much. I didn't get it on film, but I mean, I guess I probably wouldn't film that anyway, so I was too upset to film that. I was crying a lot directly after. It was still sort of like a breakdown kind of thing. And so I was like, okay, so why did I react that strongly and stuff? And was it reasonable? And now in hindsight, yes, I think it was reasonable. Because now when I've had time to process everything that he was talking about and do some research on stuff, because he was spouting about autism theories and stuff, and he was specifically talking about I think it's called like the extreme male brain theory, that people with autism has an extreme male brain, and because they found some studies that showed something, yada yada, back in like the late. It's based on like statistics from the late 90s, and yeah, it's not very relevant. Like the 90s wasn't that far, like it wasn't that long ago, but in the scientific timeline, it's very long ago, and especially when it comes to the whole autism thingy, because like girls and women are getting recognized more nowadays, because you're not looking for the extreme male brain or whatever. Like we did. What I'm trying to say is that he had a lot of assumptions and thoughts and ideas based on really old data, and obviously didn't know a lot about how autism shows in females. So clearly he wasn't the one for me. I wouldn't want to see him again. And I actually wrote a really long email to my doctor's office. It wasn't angry, it was just long. And I said that I really like you guys, but this guy, whew, I hope he doesn't treat other people like that, because, I mean, people come there to be heard and to be seen and to feel safe. And that's about the opposite of what I felt when I went there, So now it's been 2 weeks, right? And today I sent an email to a private place that does assessments. Hopefully I'll get a meeting with them to see what they say, and that's for free. The meeting is for free, which is really nice. But depending on what happens after, if I go into an assessment, then it starts costing money. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen. Right, so I emailed the private place to see if they could do an evaluation for me. And they actually called me on the Wednesday, but I was at work. So I was like, I can't talk right now. Because you get like an initial little meeting when they ask you a bunch of questions and stuff. And I said, I'm at work, I can't. So then they called me again yesterday. And it was great. Like, honestly, so great. And I feel so heard. And I feel validated. So there was this woman, I think her name was Nina or something like that. She was great. Anyways, I told her, I'm like, thank you so much for being so nice to me. I feel like traumatized after that psychologist meeting I had. So I was a bit nervous, about what's gonna happen moving forward, but she was such a nice woman, and yeah, it was good talk. She asked me a bunch of questions, a lot more questions than the first doctor did that I had a meeting with, and the questions were they were more informed, way more informed, and we talked a lot about autism and how it manifests in women. And she was very knowledgeable, so I'm very happy about that. And in the end of the talk, she said, yes, we do believe, or like I do believe, that there's a reason for you to undergo an assessment. And I feel so freaking heard. I feel so like a weight has been lifted off of me, because talking to that psychologist and all that stuff, like, it's just like they're looking at me and like thinking I'm crazy or something like that, or like not thinking I'm crazy, but thinking that I don't know what I'm talking about. And I'm not saying that I can diagnose myself with autism just like that, but I don't know about you guys, but I do, how can I say this? I don't just look at a video and assume something and think it's true. Like, if I find something and it seems reasonable, then I try to deep dive into it and do a lot of research. And, you know, and I was feeling like, I don't know, 80% sure that there was a possibility that I have autism. And then the more research I have done is like going up higher, and now when she validated my feelings, and I was like, damn. So all I need to do now is say, yes, I want to do an evaluation, and then it will start. We'll set up like payment and stuff as well. It's gonna be expensive, but I think it's gonna be worth it, actually. It's raining a lot outside right now. It is now 2026. It has been about, or pretty much precisely, 2 years since all of that went down. And, well, you could probably tell from my hair. All of that was a very interesting experience in my life, and that whole incident with the psychologist has probably permanently traumatized me when it comes to mental health care in a sense, because it was never about that I needed a diagnosis, that I wanted the diagnosis in that sense. It was about that I wanted a fair, proper assessment, because I wanted to know the truth. And he was obviously very unprofessional about it. If there was other factors at play here, for example, I know that the queues to getting assessments are pretty long. And if there are people that need it more than, let's say, someone like me, people who need more assistance, more help in general, if they need to go first, I get that. Like, I totally get that. But he didn't say that. He was just really rude about it. So, yeah. So what happened after the private thing? Did I get a diagnosis or not? Well, I talked to them. In the last clip, I said I just needed to say yes or no, I think. And I said yes. And the reason to why I chose this particular place was because they had something that was like a partial payment plan. Because going to a private place like that, you need to pay a lot of money. Or at least for me, it's a lot of money. So it's about 30,000 Swedish to get assessed. And I definitely didn't have the possibility to just pay that up front. So a partial payment plan sounded great. Like, you pay a little bit every month, perfect. So they sent all that information over to me, and it turns out it wasn't a partial payment plan. It was more of like a loan from some sort of medical bank or something. Like, they help people get medical stuff done by loaning them money, and that includes interest and stuff like that. And I was like, hell no, this is not what I signed up for. You said partial payment plan, you didn't say loan. So I'm sad to say that that is where my journey ends, and that was 2 years ago. I felt really disheartened, and I gave up. I pretty much gave up, because I felt really down about it, and I felt tired. And I was like, maybe I'll pick this up later on. I need a break, because I'd been going at it for a while and going back and forth between all the places and stuff. And yeah, it's been 2 years now, and at this point, well, I still I still believe that I am autistic. For a variety of reasons. I am aware I haven't talked about those reasons in this video, but as you could tell from my 5-page spread that I made for the psychologist, I have a lot of stuff that I am basing this off of. But I'm not sure that I want to pursue a diagnosis anymore, because I don't want to go through all of that again. Like, would it be nice to know? Yes, it would be nice to know. I can't bring myself to do that. Put myself through that again. So that is why I'm here without any knowledge of anything. And that might seem kind of anticlimactic. And it is for me as well. I do feel like life is like that a lot, though. Very often. And just gotta accept it and move on. What I take from all of this, though, is that I'm much kinder to myself than I used to be. Sometimes I still, put myself down over things like, oh, I should do this, or I should be this, or I should manage to do certain things, or I don't know, relationships with people, specifically that. I try to keep in mind that maybe it's okay if I can't. And that's all right. I still feel like an alien. I still feel all of those feelings that I was talking about in the beginning. But I'm trying to look at it more in it's okay. It's okay if you don't fit in or feel like other people. Still feels weird. Still feels like an answer would be great. And it really pains me to see not only me, but how many other girls and women who are just, they're not seen when it comes to stuff like this. Other things as well, but ever since I started suspecting anything, I joined a couple of groups on Facebook, and I see this a lot. And that's why women get diagnosed really late a lot of the times, because healthcare professionals aren't informed enough, and women need to go to certain specialists that know a lot about masking and stuff to actually be seen, be heard, be assessed properly. And it's just so wrong. I still don't know if I have autism or not. I might have it, I might not have it. But I still feel very strongly about this whole thing. Be kind to yourself. It's okay to feel different. It's okay to not be able to do certain things that other people can. We just do our best to the capacity that we can, and take care of yourselves. Just be yourself. Try not to worry too much about it, because I know it's hard. I know from experience. It's gonna be okay. And if you have it in you, and if you really want it, go get that assessment. For now, backing off, but we'll see what happens in the future.